I was recently reminded of a story that I tried to forget. So I'm going to share that with you tonight. I went out of town to go see an old college roommate and friend named Jonathan, and Jonathan had just gotten engaged. Which is crazy, because Jonathan was never the type of person I ever thought would settle down with anyone. For example, the first time I met Jonathan, he had mono from a girl he met the first night in town. So that's Jonathan. We both hated one of our roommates though, and so we had that in common, and Jonathan worked out, so he'd eat big meals, and I'm lazy, so I ate big meals. So we'd go for meals together, and we just became good friends over that time. And about a year into our friendship, I was feeling really lonely and depressed. You see, a girl I thought I might marry had broken up with me about a month earlier, and I just couldn't seem to get any girls to talk to me, you know, because when you're dating someone, it seems like it's really easy to talk to girls, but when you're not, it's like you forgot everything you ever knew. It's like being rich. You know, when you have money, it's easy to make money, and when you don't, everyone hates you. So, you know, Jonathan was the kind of person who could just hook up with anyone, and I kind of envied that at the time, and so there's this girl on Tinder that I was talking to named Michelle. And so I showed Jonathan her profile, and I said, you know, what should I do? And Jonathan goes, well, just ask her to go for a drive and then ask if she wants to make out. And that sounded too easy. But then again, John is really attractive. He's got a great face, he works out. He's the kind of person that doesn't need to worry what his Tinder bio says. And I'm more of a, oh my gosh, you're so funny type. But I tried it out. I listened to John, and so I texted this girl, and I said, hey, do you want to go for a drive? And she said yes, which that surprised me, so 1 for 1, feeling good here. So I pick her up, and we go for a drive, and we're talking. It's actually going really well. We're talking, and conversations are going. Get to the spot where we can see the whole town at night, and the whole lights of the city. It was really nice. And I thought, this is it. It's now or never. I gotta ask if she wants to make out. And I can hear my brain telling me, Tan, don't do this. You're gonna screw it up, you're gonna make this uncomfortable, and it's just gonna be awkward for the rest of the evening. And then for the first time in my life, my libido and my depression teamed up. And they said, no, screw you, brain, we're doing this. We're not getting any other chances. Like always, I listened to my depression. So I turned and I said, Michelle, do you want to make out a little bit? And she said, I'm sorry. Nothing good ever really starts with, I'm sorry. No one ever comes up and is like, I'm sorry. Joss Whedon has been secretly filming Firefly Season 2 and just released it. She says, I'm sorry, I just don't feel like doing that with someone I don't know. I'm a little disappointed, mostly in myself. But I understand. And I don't try to force it a second time. I don't believe in that. I didn't vote for Trump. So I drive her home in silence and forget about this evening. So I'm talking to Jonathan and meeting his fiance, and I reach out my hand and I said, I've never met you before. My name is Tan. And she says, actually, we have. And then Jonathan puts his hand on my shoulder and says, Tan, this is my fiance, Michelle. I'm going to be at their wedding in January, and I'm so excited for them. Thank you so much.